Microphone check. For this part of the live stream, video is now prepared to go on the set as part of the full walkthrough. Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 67 in the Crew 2. Winter is already here, and now it's time to get ready up and go to have this part of today's video segment. We'll be competing in Dominion Frozen. As I'm about to go on filter and go on type on Motorflix after finishing on 9 races to have a series of time attack from Dominion Forsberg. But it was a lot of good run out there, and having 3 laps around the track to see which one is now being quite good to the... Hang on. Okay, gonna try this again. 2, reset. Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 67. Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 67 in the Crew 2. It was a lot of fun out there, and go participation in 9 races from Dominion Forsberg to go faster, toughen up, and have 3 laps to go seriously to have... No, that's not it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Crew 2 in part 67. Last time it was a lot of finishing in Frozen. On the filter is I'm about to go in and go by type on Motorflix. But that's how I'm about to go again and do the same part of the track course layout on different location, but this will be doing to start out to have number 1 to be located, to have a good place to be located right over here on the monuments. Street race, here I come to have Dominion Frozen number 1 to be located in the Monument Motorsport Park. But be remembered folks, when having this part of the event, no motorcycles allowed at this point because of the icon is now being set by prohibited. Street race vehicle only, and that's how per level to go by recommendation on normal, hard, and ace difficulty that you guys have already took to be on the participation from the previous update. So gonna be ready up and have the 2011 Ford Mustang GT to be entered and go for having a nice cold temperature condition to be below 0. That's how the Vanity is about to have a good set and go by having a winter season. Seriously, the broadcast connection is
Be careful. Don't start out too greedy.
Sorry about that, folks. It bothers me every single time. Now I just really need to get back to square one. That really bothers me. Hang on. I'll have to fix this. Okay, now let's try this again and go for take 3. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Crew 2 in part 67 to be entered and get ready for a Dominion Frozen. It was a lot of fun out there to have 3 races to go for a series of 3-lap time attack to go faster on Dominion Forsberg. To have 5 race courses is just yet to be amazing, and go proceed onward from Motorflix Season 6 Episode 1 and go over to be on Episode 2. For starters, as I'm about to go over to have one location to start out on Dominion Frozen number 1 to be located in the Monuments Motorsport Park. Just to have one street race discipline, but there is also to have one other thing to have an icon with no motorcycle only at this point. Because this is going to be a very good important fact to have car only, but no motorcycles allowed for having one participation to be entered on Dominion Frozen. That's how I'm about to go to, and I'll have to be ready up and go choosing for the 2011 Ford Mustang GT to have the Dominion Frozen livery variation is now go by exclusive. So I got everything to be all set to have a vanity, entire, underglow, window, and other kinds of cold winter themed vanity is now being checked and double checked. So let's get in there and just have a good number 1 to be starting out to have a good position and cold weather condition to be setting up in below 0. Alright, cutscene and beautiful. Here I go, folks. It's about to go slippery and do for only a different challenge.
Be careful. Don't start out too greedy on the throttle. There are 2 tricky turns right after you pass the bridge.
Alright, now this is going to be a bit more challenging, but brake early and slide carefully because the tarmac is about to go made with ice. It's like rallycross, but just going to be very extra careful that you really might need to go by safety measure. But you know about the event and the course itself to have 9 events to be related to Dominion Frozen on different locations in few other parts of the track layout. That's how I'm about to go right in and drive smoothly to be slide in the motion. Okay, that's good. Now go to lap number 2. That's how I've been waiting for this a long time before winter season is already here. But the cold may bother me because my hands is going to be a bit more colder out there, that I just really need to have a nice hot water to heal me up. Okay, that's very good. Have the nitrogen or icy smoke is still coming in to be skiing. That's 9.2 seconds. Got to keep moving and steady carefully. Okay, looks like the course is now being filled with ice. Go to lap number 3, final lap, and just try to keep climbing up and slide carefully. Just gonna keep on icy racing, stay slippery clean, and different matter on perspective on approach. So I have to go ace like a pro and do one on participation event to be checked and complete soon. 15 seconds behind the gap.
You're a great driver. Keep this up and you'll have the best time.
Okay, almost there. Got to take the podium and record set by the total time. 2 minutes, 32.676 seconds is well done. Very awesome. Looks like that's one event check and clear in the bag. Only 8 more to go because that was a lot of good icy time attack to go slow and a bit more faster. I kind of say this is going to be the perfect time to go proceed over to have a different location to be having a same part of the track layout on the Monuments Motorsport Park. Back to the map, and looks like Dominion Frozen number 1 is checked. Then here comes number 2 to be located onto the specific track right over here to be quite giving a good interesting to be right back over and do for only one part of the time attack by using Hypercar Discipline. But I just almost forgot one other thing since the launch of the update. I have the Glacier Edition to the Celine S7, but I still have it on the collection and go by filters in Hypercar Discipline. Almost forgot one other thing to be adding up on max per level with the Nitro Chemist. But if possible, just borrow any specific parts without the Nitro Chemist that would be doing much more good and just to be in case. Okay, go by brand. Okay, there's the Celine. There you are. Alright, looks like S7 Twin Turbo Glacier Edition. I really might need to have this moment, and the promise is just yet to be promised complete. I've been waiting for this a long time to have a good experience to be driving on the Glacier Edition to the Celine S7 Twin Turbo. Unlike the original, this one is actually to have good livery to be styled to have a full ice made with Glacier. That's how this hypercar is just yet to have my best favorite pick and go recommend to have a good icy track on number 2. Let's test this baby out and see how it goes. One hypercar versus the icy track is going to be a bit more slippery and well careful to have a one single traction. Unlike Dominion Forsberg, Frozen is going to be a bit much more tough colder on the icy track. Then let's give it a good challenge and step it up.
Look, release the throttle at the end of the tunnel. You'll have 2 turns before the hairpin.
Alright, 2 turns on the hairpin. I'll have to keep a good check and drive carefully. So, for every part of every Motorflix themed genre after episode 1 and episode 2 to go forward during season 6, I bet 3 motorsport championship like Tito, Tucker, and Clarence are now being featured once again to be served as a time attacker challengers. But it does might have to take one serve ejected that you really might need to beat their best lap time by original. It only depends to be on the normal, hard, or ace difficulty to be followed step by step, and then you'll be all good to become as a Frozen master by the expert. That's how we just already finished and acquired to have some challenges on MotorStars and go by progress in a later future after we just finishing to be arrived here on now and go forward to be moving on in season 10 by Motorflix Mad. But it's been 2 months since I just took one stop by to have some major progress and just gonna have to keep moving on forward. But the journey is not over yet, I still have a long way to go. I kinda say about the Celine S7 Twin Turbo Glacier Edition. It does might be quite very good to be solid in ice. It's actually to have a good chassis to have a different unique modification and a different rim style as well. Over here to have a mid-engine whenever you might need to see it. This one is quite very interesting and just have a good single amount of grip and just gonna keep a good bit extra careful to be on reminder when using hypercars to have second on Dominion Frozen. But I know this is going to be quite doing a bit more challenging and just try to keep a good line and face the icy track to go extreme exercise caution. But I just already took by late braking. It's all about doing one test by example that you really might need to be extra careful prior to Blizzard Rush. Hang on. Alright, gonna try this again on take number 2. Unlike Dominion-Forsberg, damn it. Okay, take number 3 and reset. Unlike Dominion-Forsberg, Frozen is going to be a bit more challenging to be drive hard and steady careful on the icy track. That's how only hypercars is going to be a bit more capable and feel challenging.
Look, release the throttle at the end of the tunnel. You'll have 2 turns before the hairpin.
Alright, 2 turns on the hairpin, got it. Just to keep a good slide turn and better grip. So you see, the Celine S7 Twin Turbo Glacier Edition is quite very excellent and amazing to have a good different unique modification that has a good different standardized to have a good max performance and better grip on the icy track. Unlike other hypercars, this might have to take a good set of the challenge and do some slide turns and better speed on acceleration. But you know about this car, it might be going to be exclusive, is quite very good and solid icy on the glacier. Just to have this part of the second episode from Motorflix Season 6 will be featured to have 3 championship that featuring Tucker Tuck Morgan, Teal, and Clarence are now being served as time attacker opponents. But however, you might need to go faster, that you might need to have 3 laps to make their best effort and leave your mark. Unlike Chris Forsberg from the first episode, it might be quite very good and excellent. However, the second episode will be focusing to have 3 championships from street racing, off-road, and pro racing that you really might need to get focused until you have to take your best shot and choose your favorite car to go over onto the different track layouts. Okay, halfway there by 50%. I hope I had to take the cold. Just keep that grip up tight. Looks like Teo's lap time is doing by average, as I just took the faster on the max per level. For starters, that's how that you really might need to go by normal difficulty. We'll be doing the first stage, then the second stage on hard difficulty, and then the third one is going to be a bit more tougher that you really want to go faster on ace difficulty. 3 types of difficulty, 1 different specific track layout, and 1 Motorflix theme in the series of 3-lap time attack. Normal and winter theme condition is all about to test your skill and make your way to go climb up and go harder to have your best time and prove to be compared. But I mean, drifting might be a bit helpful for hypercars. Just gonna try to stay focused. Alright, just keep pooping up. The Glacier is still doing a lot of good acceleration and traction hold. To be prior to Blizzard Rush from Season 7, Episode 2 after Into the Storm. That's how the current update by the previous to be followed up on each part of the timeline back from 2022. But eventually, 2023 was last year, but it was a lot of hard work by having some main part of new event to be related to Motorflix until Motorflix map.
Nice going so far.
Alright, looks like almost there, and check on the podium. Record time set I took is 3 minutes, 54.714 seconds. Now that's a good, solid fine hypercar competition to go for a 3-lap time attack without any loosened grip by going off the track. Kinda say that would be doing much more fine, clean, decent to have a good line and watch the tires to be avoided or any necessarily by having early brake. So let's check again onto the live map. But it does might have a good helpful to be doing the starting position right over here, then go by turn 1 to be proceed to have the straightaway to have 2 hairpins on turn number 2, turn 3, and then go wide on the left on turn number 4, and then that will have to take the S turns on turn 5 and 6, turn 7 on the short hairpin to go on the right to be onward in turn number 8 and 9, and then turn number 10 is actually to be prior to have this part of the session to go right over here. Unlike the number 1 corner to have this part of the forward section is now being quite checked and just keep going up forward to have a series of elevation. So that's how the courtesy of example to have some different location to have 2 pavilions to be located on every motorsport park. So time to go leaving on the monuments, then let's go to the Lakeside Motorsport Park right over here in the outskirts of Salt Lake City. Rallycross, here I come, and I'll have to get ready up and go by quick selection to be well put up and choose a good ice cream on the vehicle. Gotta make sure that I had to be deselect on the filters to be scrolled down way far. Alright, that's good. Back to the discipline and okay, well, if I ever think that I just prefer to go on Rally Raid, but I prefer Rallycross by example. So how about the creators Taka Encho Ice Hunter 2021 is quite good to have a nice ice cream truck to be made by having a form of fictional. That's how I'm about to go for only one ice cream truck to have one base rallycross vehicle to be served and putting up to have a quick preparation to go by swapping parts after being participation from the rerun in American Slice Live Summit event. So I bet you guys might need to check it out from the previous video, and I still might need to go by currently to have this one to have the dirt set and finishing up to be stopped on number 3 in Dominion Frozen. So here we go. Track layout on Lakeside Motorsport Park is about to go ice cream for a rallycross rush. Let's get the show on the road. Nighttime and countdown to go green.
Be careful. Now there's a downhill bend. I'll just say that it's a bit technical.
Well, a bit technical. I could probably have to keep it good challenging and keep it concentrate. The downhill is the first step that you really might need to be extra careful when using rallycross vehicle. And for today's serve of the lap time opponent is Tuck Morgan. His record is now being set by original, depends on 3 types of difficulty. All you might need to do to have a good enough per level by maximum, that's how you should probably have to go there and find a good line to have that part of the specific track layout to go on ice. Okay, just gonna have to take that one step. Final turn on the right. Slide it around. Onward to lap number 2. Yeah. So very good to see how the Dominion speaker is giving me one tip. The downhill is technical that you really might need to go slow down and just get back up for having a good speed by hill climb. But almost forgot, one ramp, just keep a good airborne to do the right direction. But don't get off the track, otherwise you'll have to be going right back in onto the current position when you last left off by a mistake. Okay, let's keep that ice cream truck spin around and drifting. Okay, almost there. Final lap, and watch the clock. 68% in the progression and doing smooth sailing. Or even like, just keep a good smooth ice driving. Okay, checkpoint clear. Now time to do the drift. Ace in the hole, boost it up, and one jump. Can't admit that an ice cream truck on the racetrack is very more challenging and very unexpected by surprise. But I can't wait to have a good taste of ice cream before summertime in exactly around in June. But still in the winter season because I just really might need to have a time to go by chill
You're
and
doing
relaxation.
great. The finish line's coming up.
Okay, here comes the finish line. Looks like I'm doing great. And record place on the time. 3 minutes, 11.290 seconds to beat Tucker Tuck record. So that's very good to have over 25,000 bucks and earned to be received. So that takes a good percentage and progress to go settle in to have a good check to be forward to be proceed on number 4 in the next video. So just gotta let the loot descend over to the headquarters by mailbox. Check again, and looks like the menu background is about to be turned very different after I just last leapt up from 2 months ago. Alright, so looks like just gonna go forward, and here I have 33% in the progress because I just still have a long way to go, and I'll have to wait until Season 7 will be coming up on Episode 1. We'll be participate in Into the Storm. That's how, as usual, just like Dominion Forsberg, night events is all I need to have a good time and go settle by the lineup. So next up is number 4 is the Eagle Falls Motorsport Park for Hypercar. Number 5 on the same track on the different layout by having a touring car discipline, but this time no motorcycle allowed at this point along with street race discipline. And then number 6 at the Five Kings Casino Motorsport Park in Las Vegas, Nevada. Good thing back on track, and this time I'll have to get ready to wrap this up before at the end of the video, so I'll have to keep a good track of progress and be on the lookout for having some more upcoming live summit event and reruns. That's how every Wednesday, if I have to be here on time until exactly by the date of arrival, will be on Monday for the live summit event, and anytime depends on the full walkthrough that I just really might need to go continue on and move forward and beyond. So thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Deepinant Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. And don't forget to check it out all of my screenshot images on UDRS Insportech, Vision Total Drama, and DreamArt Livery Style Dispenser presented by myself, Hyperion-Blue-GT, as you may welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time in part 68 of the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.